Well, it's about that time that I made my Grand Archive deck for locals, and I don't know. I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And Tier's been a lot of fun to play. Tier's not only a good mill deck, but it has a lot of interaction for your opponent. So I wanted to play mill in Grand Archive, and it's kind of rough. I wish there was a way that I was able to mill and interact with my opponent at the same time, but right now it seems like I just need to pick one or the other. Unless, wait a minute. What if we made a card for ALC for that? I gotta get cooking, hold on. Alright, I think to get this to work, I can't hold back. So we're gonna have to combine everything we have. I'm gonna add a tier limit trap, which has not only mill power, but interaction. A tier limit name, some of the best mill we've ever seen. Interaction from water, milling from water, and just some good old-fashioned spice. We gotta add all the stops. This should work. Oh my god, I think it worked. It turned the water blue. I think it actually worked. I made a mill card that's both good at milling and interacting. It worked. Let's go. This is gonna be a good spoiler. Alright guys, enough messing around. Let's just get right into the spoilers. So, first card I have to spoil is Torrential Blast, what we were kind of alluding to. It's a 3-cost, water, action, fast cleric spell. And it has class bonus, put the top 2 cards of your deck into the graveyard, and then deal an amount of damage up to 1 target ally equal to the amount of water cards in your graveyard. So, that's pretty good. It gives mill something to do that's not only just milling, but also helping control the board, which is really big for the mill deck. And then just in water in general, it's nice having a tool that'll help control the board that they'll probably play. And mill, just because water has a lot of floating memory baked into its kit already, so being able to just happen to get some floating memory in the grave for free is pretty nice. And can you imagine just getting 2 right off the bat? It's going to be a pretty decent card, and I think it'll help contribute to water being a decent control deck. And now for the next card I have to spoil, it's called Potion Infusion Clarity. It's a 7-cost water fast action cleric spell. This one has class bonus. This costs 2 less to activate, so it becomes a 5-cost. It says rest target potion. If you do, it gains on sacrifice. Draw 2 cards. That's pretty decent. So potions were kind of introduced in the ALC announcement. They're going to be clerics' main tool, well, one of their main gimmicks. So to play a potion, you can either sacrifice herbs, which you get from the level 1 or 2, and then they sacrifice to do different things. So this one natively heals for 5, and then if you use the infusion, it'll heal for 5 and then draw you 2 as well, which is pretty much exactly what water wants to be doing. It gets you your advantage back for using the 2 cards, cycles you, heals you 5. It's definitely what water needed, and I think it's going to be pretty decent in the cleric deck. So I'm pretty excited for that card. It gives a little more insight into what cleric might be playing like, especially in the water deck. So I'm pretty excited. I think cleric is going to be a lot of fun. So, and for the last spoiler that I have, I think this one is really good. Definitely the best card I have to spoil. It's called Escape the Wreckage. It's a 3-cost norm fast action ranger skill. It returns target ally you control to your memory, and if you do, it'll draw a card in your memory. So this is good for a lot of reasons. It is a norm card, and now Wind is very good having Zephyr, Reclaim, and Displace, so maybe they don't need this card, but Wind was the only way you could do that. Having interaction where you could protect your allies and maintain board presence for them, trying to kill an ally and then you just bounce it back to your hand, that was something only Wind could do. But now there's a norm card that is pretty good, and it does all the things that Zephyr, Reclaim were able to do. It's also pretty nice that it puts a card into your memory and then you get your monster back into your memory, so it replaces itself, and it kind of contributes to the cleric game plan because some of their cards they were talking about want memory, so 4+ memory do an extra effect, and this does that. It costs 3, the 1 card from the top of your deck in your memory, and then the 1 ally in your memory. It's 5, so it'll turn on all those cards, which I think will be pretty decent. And it's interesting that it's a ranger skill because I think it's going to have a lot of synergy with, every deck, and then cleric I think it's going to be pretty decent in. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that card. I think it's going to be really good. It'll slot into a lot of control decks that aren't necessarily playing Wind, so I think it'll be pretty good. And yeah, that's all I have for ALC spoilers. I'm I'm really, really happy. Thank you to Weebs for letting me do this. It's always some of the coolest things, seeing cards being spoiled and trying to speculate on what's going to be good or not. And I'm really happy that I was able to do that. So thank you guys a lot. And yeah, if you stay tuned for more ALC content, definitely make sure to subscribe, because I'm definitely going to have a Cleric deck profile on release. I think Cleric is going to be awesome. I'm really excited to play that deck. So yeah, thanks guys, and I'll see you guys later.